So I woke up the other day, opened Instagram, and saw a pretty interesting graphic. This one right here. Now, this graphic got me thinking. We talk a lot about visas, healthcare, finding rentals, insurance, expat case studies, like technical items on this YouTube channel, and that's very much by design. But we rarely talk about what you actually have access to right at your doorstep as part of life here in Thailand. Thailand's quietly positioned as one of the best countries on earth if you like the idea of going places and going places fast. So, with that said, let's use Bangkok as the center point of this little thought experiment here. I live in Bangkok. I've lived here for just under 5 years now. And when you actually break down and do a deep dive into what's very reachable from here in just a few hours, it's pretty mind-blowing. So let's zoom in to our map here and start with just Thailand itself. What's on your doorstep domestically? If you're craving mountains, you've got Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, and Nan provinces, which are all about a 1-hour flight away. You take off from either Damwang or Suvarnabhumi airports, and an hour later, you're landing in the mountains. Cooler air, funky coffee farms, slower pace of life, some epic motorbike routes, the whole 9 yards. It's pretty special up in northern Thailand, and it's an hour from Bangkok. Now, if beaches are more your thing, you've got so many options, it's almost overwhelming. If you want the developed, commercialized beach areas, Phuket or Koh Samui are just an hour's flight straight south from Bangkok. If you want to drive and have a bit of a road trip to the beach, then Koh Samet's just over 2.5 hours from Bangkok by car, plus a short 20-minute speedboat ride from the pier on the mainland to Samet Island. If you want beaches and islands that are far more low-key and nature-heavy with no mass tourism compared to the three we just mentioned, Koh Payam is a 1-hour flight to Ranong, then a 30-minute cab ride, then a 45-minute speedboat. And when you go there, it's like stepping back in time. It's pretty unique. Koh Kradan is another gem, an hour flight to Trang province in southern Thailand, a 50-minute cab to the pier, and then a 40-minute speedboat ride right to the island. And then if you want the cultural side of things, Ayutthaya, which is the ancient capital of Siam, is just over an hour and a half north of Bangkok by car. You got Isan, which has all sorts of different provinces, and that's an hour flight from Bangkok, depending on where you're flying into. You land, and suddenly you're in a totally different version of Thailand compared to the big city. No mass tourism, amazing Isan food, different dialects, and just a totally different pace of life. And I haven't even talked about the national parks yet. Khao Sok down in Suratani is a 1-hour flight and then a 1-hour drive. Khao Yai National Park is 2.5-hour drive northeast of Bangkok. Then you've got some real gems like Koh Kut, which is unbelievable. I just got back from there, and it might be my favorite island in Thailand. It's gorgeous. Seriously, when you look at things through like a true door-to-door lens, some of the places you can get to in just under 5 hours of total travel time is pretty ridiculous. You could close your door in Bangkok at 8 a.m. on your way out, and by the afternoon, you can be somewhere that most people in the world would consider a once-in-a-lifetime destination. It's pretty special. Beyond that, if we zoom out of our map here a little bit further and pull back, it becomes so easy to see how much you have access to beyond Thailand's borders within the region. Within a 2-hour flight of Bangkok, you've got Vietnam, you've got Laos, Malaysia, Singapore. Push that to 3 or 4 hours, and now you've got Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Hong Kong, Taiwan, the Philippines. Just 3 or 4 hours from Thailand. You have all this, and then right at the edge of our bubble here, you're reaching into South Korea at about 5.5-hour flight time, in Japan at about 6 hours. I know what I'm describing here. It's not exactly groundbreaking information or anything like that, but just take a second. and think about everything in this bubble, and then notice where Thailand's positioned within it. Pretty much smack dab in the middle. And by the way, I get it. You get a similar sort of vibe just as far as connectivity and access goes in Europe. So it's not like this is a uniquely Thailand phenomenon. But I grew up in Toronto, and over there, I mean, you could fly for 6 hours and still be in Canadian airspace. You could also drive for a full day, 24 hours straight, and still be in the same province. And even if you go south and cross the border into the US, it's not like the food or the culture there is wildly different in the way that it is here in Asia or Europe. So, you know, for somebody like me, it's just something that I appreciate deeply about life in Thailand and life in Bangkok more specifically. I mean, if you're a retiree and you want to spend your golden years ticking off bucket list destinations and bucket list items, Thailand makes that extremely doable. And then for remote workers or digital nomads, you can set your home base in a place like Bangkok, and then the odd long weekend, you do a 3-day surf trip down in Indonesia and fly back home on the Sunday night to get ready for work on the Monday. You know, for business professionals doing business in Asia, especially if you're in finance or manufacturing, logistics or regional operations, Thailand puts you smack in the middle of the Asia Pacific region. And Bangkok alone, Suvarnabhumi Airport to be more specific, has over 120 international flight connections. Shanghai, Shenzhen, Jakarta, Mumbai, all the major business hubs in Asia are just a short flight away. You know what's really interesting is a lot of people who end up moving here for whatever reason end up not taking advantage of this. You know, and I don't necessarily blame them because it's so easy to get comfortable and settle into your routine here in Thailand, but I find a lot of long-term expats forget that they're sitting in the middle of one of the most diverse, exciting regions on the planet. You know, for those that really do take advantage of that, it's one of the biggest hidden benefits of being based in Thailand. Now, Thailand, it's not perfect, and this video is obviously me talking about how awesome this is, but Thailand does have some real issues. You know, the bureaucracy can be frustrating. You know, sometimes the rules and the logic behind those rules is hard for the average Westerner to understand. The heat can be intense, the air quality issues, language barriers real, but, you know, if you zoom out, literally, it's hard to beat what you're surrounded by, both inside and outside of this amazing country as part of long-term life here. There's a lot going on and there's a lot to do. So, you know, when people ask me, why do I live in Thailand? What do I love about it so much? Sure, you know, the food's nice, the people are cool, but more and more as part of my time here, as part of my own long-term life here, I'm starting to really take advantage of what I have at my doorstep, both inside of Thailand and outside of Thailand. It's a pretty unique part of the world to be based in. So if you're thinking about making a move to Thailand yourself, that's exactly what our company helps with. We take all the stress and guesswork out of relocating here. So whether you're a retiree, remote worker, investor, or moving here with your family, we manage the entire visa process from start to finish. We're a registered Thai company and everything's organized through our secure online portal that we built. So for each of these things, you can track your progress, organize all documents in one place, and actually know what's happening at each step as the servicing takes place. It's basically a seamless, all-in-one Thailand relocation experience for people who want to do it right and seamlessly the first time. So if you're serious about making the move over here for one of the many reasons you might want to live in Thailand, then just scan here or click the link in the description below. That'll take you to our website, and from there you can go ahead, book an initial call, learn more how everything works, and we'll help guide you on your best path forward based on your specific situation. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.